Sellainen se tuli nyt sit hankittua. Melkein kokonainen. Ja vaan vähän rapea. Joo, tähän pikku sanomista on täällä vähän se, mutta kai se siitä. Piti murtautua. Kyllä se siitä, kun sai tuonne annettua vasaraa tälle mekanismille, niin vasaraa ja öljyä, niin kyllä se siitä sitten kato, joo. Toisella puolella onkin ovi jo purettu kokonaan, että katoin sieltä vähän mallia, että kuinka se toimii. Sitten löysin täältä auton mukana tulleista rojusta vielä yhden kokonaisen tommosen lukkomekanismin kaikkineen, niin siitä näki hyvin, että kuinka se pelaa. So, here we are then. A bit more progress towards the interior and started to take the engine and transmission out. So to see the extent of the rust. Also fiddled a bit with the door here. Made the latch work again somewhat and took out a bit more of the interior. The interior floor panels are all gone, so I have to make new ones. So is the trunk. Trunk is also rotted out. Not much left of the floor, and also the rear quarter panels are flopping around. So there's quite a bit of work ahead, and I need a lot of new parts and new metal. So here we are then. A bit more progress towards the interior and started to take the engine and transmission out. So to see the extent of the rust. Also fiddled a bit with the door here. Made the latch work again somewhat and took out a bit more of the interior. So as you can imagine, sitting under a tree for 10 plus years, everything is rusty. I haven't even checked the fuel tank yet to see what lies inside it, and the gear selector pole is broken, and everything that can rust has rusted. Almost everything is seized. The clutch won't release, and so on. So the engine is out and the transmission is loose but not out yet. Just had to lift it a bit to the side to get the engine out. And it's actually not as bad as I thought. I would have thought that all of the frame or subframe, what do you call this, would be all rotted to hell, but it seems like the oil leaks have stopped the corrosion from the most part. And here we have the humongous engine that you can lift out pretty easily without an engine hoist or anything. The beer is not sponsored, but just a little celebration. I don't know when I will disassemble the engine, but I might do a video on it if someone gives you shit. I don't know much about these engines. All I know is that it is a two-stroke engine, and I think 600 cc's of air-cooled smoke machine. Disassembly continued. Took out the battery, brake master cylinder, some other little bits and bobs. The brake master cylinder, I definitely have to get a new one and make all new lines. It was extremely rusty and seized up. But at least the mounting point is not rusted out, so it can be reused, since not much else is going to be reusable. Here are some of the parts that I have already removed, and it's not looking very good for most of them. The starter needs at least a new solenoid. It broke off when I tried to undo the nut for the positive cable. The fan needs a new bearing. The exhaust, I don't know if that's a silencer or expansion chamber, but whatever it is, I'm most likely gonna need a new one of those, because it seems that it's the part of the heating for the cabin, and if it leaks even a bit, you are gonna die of the two-stroke smoke in the cabin. So I don't know if I have shown you the door in detail, but I am gonna need a new lower part. And I saw like a replacement sheet metal available in some online store, and I am thinking of buying one. I think it was maybe like 50 euros or less, but I think that might be worth the time saving on that one. And the side skirts are all rotted out already. And I saw those were like 50 euros a piece on the same website, so I think I'm gonna buy those as well. There was another website that sold the floor panel, like that, from around here onwards, like the front part, but it was made to order and costed over 200 euros if you include the shipping. So I am not going to buy that, because, well, let's face it, It's just straight floor, so not much point of paying 200 euros for someone else to make it, since it's just metal. Here is the pile, one pile of parts, and all of the interior upholstery that's been taken out at this point. And I don't know what I should do with the interior. Should I leave the original one and just try to clean it up as best as I can? Maybe even take it to some dry cleaning place. Or should I make a new one, a bit fancier one? I'm not really sure. I kinda like the idea of the original one, but then again, well, who knows. So the engine bay is starting to clear up. I took out the fuel tank now, and also the air distribution box from here, which was, well, not too bad. And I'm surprised that the tank is so clean. It's the inside, it's almost perfect. Outside has a bit of surface rust, but nothing to be worried about. Just a bit of sandpaper and paint, and the tank is all good to go, apart from the fuel valve that needs to be replaced. Also cleared out a bit of the wiring. I'm not yet decided that if I'm just going to cut it from here and then like make it all new and the way I like it, or if I'm going to do it the original way but just with new wires and a bit more logical colors instead of the brown and white wires that most of these seems to be. And still need to figure out this side. There's the ignition coils, and I think this is some kind of rudimental fuel gauge or like mileage counter. Looks very strange, but I think I remember someone talking about this in some video on YouTube and saying that it's like a rudimental mileage counter thing. I have no idea how it works, but well, maybe I'll look inside it and see what it actually is. Then I have to figure out how to get the drive shafts out. I remember reading somewhere that these newer style ones have like a tripod type of joint in the gearbox side, so it may just come out by simply pulling, or in this case with a sledgehammer, but it remains to be seen. I tried to take the hub nuts off. First I tried with the little impact, then I tried with the breaker bar, and it just moves and lifts the car. So now I got the big boys out and went and got the biggest battery impact that we have at our workplace, and now it will come off one way or another. Now they are loose. Overkill is the best kind of kill. I took the wheels and hubs and drums off, and my god, this is a bit ripe. Yeah. Not much left here. Like, I can maybe reuse the brake packing plates. Maybe. Also, interesting design with this leaf spring. That it's held in place with a big quarter pin. Like, well, if it works, it works, but I'm not really convinced. Maybe I'll put a bolt there. If it's not too far gone, I'm beginning to doubt this. All the frame and everything, all gone. I didn't even see that before I took the wheel out. It just keeps on giving. A gift that keeps on giving. But well, it could be worse. Well, not really. So from the last time I took the wheels and gearbox out and put the front end on jack stands, and then started or continued the removal of all the shit from the interior. I've made some progress, but not so much lately. I've been a bit busy at work. And every time I take something out, I find even more rust and holes. So now I have to take all the windows out. They are rotted around the seals, as you can see there. It has been a demolition day today. I took some more of the body panels out and got the dashboard also almost all of it out. Just the wiring left. And also the engine bay needs to be stripped still. A bit more of it. But all in all, good progress for now. Now we got the bumper out, some more of the sides taken care of, and found a lot more rust. Surprise, surprise.